set, go.
Family, welcome to night 4 of storytelling. Tonight's topic is the dudes. The former, for future posterity, the former neighbors who lived on the other side of the duplex at 1409 Minor Drive, who never mowed their lawn and were irresponsible. Once upon a time, there were 5 dudes. Their names were Blake, Brody, Chad, Troy, and Buckethead. And they were lazy. They never worked. They never mowed their lawn. The first house they lived in, the grass started to grow. Soon trees appeared. Soon the trees were so big that jungle vines fell down. Soon there were monkeys in the yard. And the owner of the house kicked them out because they said, "Your house is too smelly and there's a jungle here." So the 5 dudes, Chad, Troy, Blake, Brody, and Buckethead, moved to a new house. Well, they were lazy and they never cut the grass. And the grass started to grow, and trees started to grow, and it turned into a jungle. And it was so thick that there were monkeys there and even a rhinoceros. The owner kicked them out saying, "I'm kicking you out because you're so lazy. You completely destroyed this house." Chad, Troy, Blake, Brody, and Buckethead went to a third house. And the same thing happened. The grass grew up, a jungle came, and wild animals came. Monkey, rhinoceros, and ocelot, the jungle cat. Well, the 5 dudes, everywhere they went, this would keep happening and happening. Soon, they couldn't find houses to live in anymore because everyone knew about the dudes and how they would go to a house and the lawn would go and they would destroy it. But something changed one day. Over in Africa, in the Sahara Desert, where nothing grew, the president of the country was worried. He said, "There's no rain here, there's only sand, and people are starving because they can't grow any food. What are we going to do?" His advisor said to him, "Mr. President, I have heard a story of far away in America where there are 5 dudes named Chad, Troy, Blake, Brody, and Buckethead. And they're so lazy and irresponsible that wherever they live, there is grass and jungle that grows in the place. They're probably so lazy that they couldn't even take care of a desert, and there would be grass that would grow there. If grass grows here, then we could grow crops." So the president of the country invited the dudes to come over. So Chad, Troy, Blake, Brody, and Buckethead got on a plane, and they flew over to the African country. And the president said, "Okay, dudes, I have a house here. You don't have to do anything. I got you some pizzas. You can just sit around and eat pizzas and play video games. And that's all you have to do." Well, Chad, Troy, Blake, Brody, and Buckethead ate pizzas. They didn't do anything all the time, and they were just as lazy as they were before. They were so lazy that the desert, even the desert with sand, started to grow wild because they couldn't even take care of desert. Soon grass started to grow everywhere. There was grass, the soil got better, and soon they could start to plant crops. They could plant crops there. Shh, you gotta be quiet. And they were able to grow crops, and the people were able to eat their food. The president said to them, "Thank you, dudes. You're like Squanto, who helped the pilgrims, except you're very lazy. So your laziness saved our country." The end.